What up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So in the Chronicles of Chief Robinson, now, today I want to talk about a pet peeve of mine. It actually irks the hell out of me. And I want to project it towards the warrant officer cohort. But it should be within all soldiers in all, but project it to the warrant officer cohort. And it's about this thing called beards. Stick with me, let's talk about it.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Alright, check this out. So you want to be a warrant officer. You know what? Not even that. We're not even going to go into do you want to be a warrant officer. So, being a warrant officer, when you go through warrant officer candidate course, one of the unwritten rules that they lay upon you is about being clean shaven. They show pictures of officers in general, and they emphasize, do you see any of these guys with beards or mustaches? And really it was beards, but it was facial hair in general. And they really lean on that. They're about the whole thing of facial hair. Now, per regulation, are you allowed to have facial hair? Yes. But the whole thing with the warrants, and when they would highlight the fact that officers, and we're saying officers, don't or didn't have facial hair, and I'm saying didn't, was because of the appearance of an officer. Now, they kept foot stomping and emphasizing this to us warrants because we are officers. So that's why they kept impressing that upon us. We are officers also. So if we're going to be officers, we need to act like officers, and we're commissioned just like officers. But nowadays, it seems like this whole beard thing has gotten out of hand. Yeah. Do I have my beard on now? Yeah. Am I still a soldier? Yeah. I feel like this. If you're off duty, you want to get scruffy, that's fine. Who cares? But when you're in uniform and you are the ambassador of the United States Army or the stewardship, you need to fit the bill. You need to be that professional, that quiet professional, as we're called. You need to fit, I don't want to say fit the standard, but you need to look the part. Just the military in general has the stigma of being that high and tight, or being that very sharp. Your uniform's always sharp. You're taught to cut your hair. You're taught to iron your clothes. Like, you have that prestige of being a member of the military. But back to the warrant officer side. And I bring this up because, you know what? I've seen this. Now, as warrants, the higher up in rank you get, the more of a unicorn you become. For people to see a CW3, now that's rare. CW5s, they're mystical creatures. Unless you're a warrant, then you have access to one all the time. So, along with that allure, people look up to warrant officers. You have people that aspire to be warrant officers. From junior enlisted to senior NCOs. Like, warrant officers carry that certain kind of respect. It's a different kind of respect than commissioned officers get. Because we come from those ranks. Unless you're street to seat. But we come from those ranks. And I bring this up to highlight what I've been seeing. I've seen, literally, warrant officers with goatees. Yeah, that's right. Goatees. And I'm talking about in uniform. And when I mean in uniform, we had a town hall. When I was mobilized last year, we had a town hall. I looked over to my right, and I looked again. I was like, are you kidding me? I seen CW4. I'm talking about a straight goatee. It was straight up lined up. It was clean. And I just had to scratch my head. Like, am I missing something? Did they loosen the regulations? That's not even the first time. I just went to drill a month ago, talking with a couple CW4s. And another one had a goatee. And I'm like, a goatee? Now, this is aside from warrants having a mustache or a beard. But then the ones you see with a beard, now this is soldiers in general also, but with the ones I see with the beard, I mean, their beards all lined up like they're coming from the club.
I'm an instructor over at the 18 Charlie course, right? I had 2 black dudes in one class, right? One of them showed up day one with a face fucking full of hair, right? Had his facial hair all lined up, looking good and shit as if he's going to the club. I pull him off to the side. I was like, check it out, dude. You got one day, today. You show up tomorrow looking like that, and I can tell you right now, I will do everything that I can to make sure that you don't graduate.
And I want to shout out to Green Beret Chronicles because he touched on this as far as like people trying to become SF, trying to become Green Berets, and they show up with a beard. You know, so shout out to him on that. I'll drop a link to this video in the comments. But no, so I've been seeing these beards all over the place, and it's unsat. It's unsat, all lined up. As a matter of fact, let me read you what the regulation states. Okay, check this out. So this is updated 2024, and this is from the Inspector General. So the Inspector General is, you heard of people making IG complaints. Well, that's the Inspector General. Like, they're the one that sets the standards. Like, hence their motto: strength through standards and discipline. So this is Inspector General. They enforce the discipline. And per AR 670-1, which is Army regulation for uniform and dress and standards. So first of all, it states here, and this comes from the Inspector General, male soldiers must maintain a clean-shaven face in uniform or in civilian clothes while on duty. The key word is while on duty. While on duty. Okay, we talk about mustaches. My whole thing isn't even about mustaches. It's not even about the mustaches. It's about these beards. Okay? The beards. So, even here, like, this shows you the exemption for not having to cut your beard or to grow a beard. And you have to have, okay, just the part I was talking about. So, you see some of these guys walking around with their beard all shaped up like they just came out the club or going to the club. But what does it say here in the regulation? Grooming will not be shaped, edged, or fashioned in a manner contrary to Army regulation. What's the regulation say? Soldiers may receive a profile for facial hair if they have a medical condition warranting facial hair. This will be determined by a medical provider. Soldiers exempt from shaving during treatment process, DA Form 3349, issued and entered in e-profile, which is a profile. Soldiers will groom facial hair to maximum of 1/4 inch in length. It doesn't say anything about no doggone goatee. It doesn't say anything about goatee. Even when you look at the example here. You see a goatee anywhere? So the only exceptions or exemptions are pretty much religious accommodations. Now, that's the Inspector General talking about the regulation on beards. I mean, and it said the biggest thing is while on duty. Okay, I'm a reservist, I'm not on duty, but when I put my uniform on, I'm clean shaven. I'll be clean shaven next week. You know, but then again, I won't have a goatee. I won't have a styled up beard. And the reason why I highlight these things, because you're supposed to be a professional and you have to look the part. And to be honest, Green Beret Chronicles, he brought up, he's like, yeah, when have you seen a general wearing a beard? When have you seen that? I haven't even seen one that had a profile with a beard. He's like, even with the same thing with the sergeant major, you don't see sergeant majors with a beard. You know, and on the warrant officer side, we got to get out of that whole thing of our standards are not even our standards. we can do whatever we want. No, we have to stick and stay within the standard and hold each other accountable. Now, okay, here's some exceptions. Okay, like I was going on missions and I had to blend in with the people. So we would have a relaxed facial standard or facial hair standard. And that's what we call relaxed. Yeah, you can get your 5 o'clock shot, or you can let it grow in a little bit. You can get a mustache. I mean, I was dressing in flannels when I was in a certain environment. I was dressing in certain polo shirts and pants. You know, the whole thing was just so you can be inconspicuous. You know, so yeah, that's mission dictating. I mean, especially with those soft guys. Yeah, when they go out on mission, they grow a beard. When I came back off my deployment, we were demobbing with some soft guys. As a matter of fact, some Green Berets. 10th group, I think it was, or 7th group. Either way. And matter of fact, when I looked around the room, everybody was clean shaven. And if they didn't come back clean shaven, they would have gotten away with it. But they held the standard. As a matter of fact, we came back to brag on top of it. So even that, we came back to liberty on top of it. And they could have done whatever they wanted because that's their home. And they still were within the standard. But I digress. So that was my whole thing's like, look, if you're going to be a warrant, try to stick to the standard. Stick to the facial standard, the AR-670-1. Try to stick within height and weight, look presentable, and that, guys, no more goatees, man. No more goatees. You know, don't even wear a beard. I've seen people in the army with chin straps, young soldiers, and no one says anything to them because they can't grow facial hair here, but they got chin straps. Anyway, but no, that's my gripe, man. Like, look, if you're going to be a warrant, be a warrant. Don't try to slip through the cracks, you know, because we get a bad rep for a lot of that stuff. But on that note, like and subscribe. I'm out on this one. Peace.